The transition's kind of long.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mists of Kren's Valley. Sorry we're a bit late here, but hello. I'm sure all of you have seen the new addition I made to the stream's overlay. It's because of where I stand. I stand with the world's black community in the fight against racism, prejudice, police brutality, and hate. Remember that just because all lives matter, it doesn't mean that they're all being treated as equals. Innocent people are being abused by people of power, and this cannot stand any longer. If you can, please help out those less privileged than you by donating to Black Lives Matter Foundation and their partners in these trying times. And that's all I'll be saying about the current events for this stream. And we will get back to the Barovian D&D goodness. So, last time, when we left off, I believe you guys had just went through the village. You got to meet two Batras, these bat folk. One was named Ismark, and another's name was Irina. And Irina and Ismark are the son and daughter of the former burgomaster of the village that you guys ran into, who'd been dead for a few days. You helped them take the body up to the church, and were able to get him buried and have ceremonies from the priest there. Unfortunately, there seemed to be some stuff going on up there as well. The priest of the Dawn Mother, Donovich, a Luma, which is the dove, Humblewood race. His son was locked in the basement, and he seemed to be trying to pray to the Dawn Mother to try to cure his son without killing him. The group decided to back up out of that situation as fast as they could. Understandably so. Might not be their business, it might be, who knows. And they stayed a night at Irina and Ismark's house, the one mansion in the village. Very rundown. Everybody took shifts. I believe Nyhm encountered someone knocking on the door, asking if they could come in. And you did not let them. You did not give them permission. Hemlock encountered a little, like obsidian black, silky furred puppy that was sitting at the door that she did not let in as well. And as morning starts, the sun doesn't rise here, but you start to notice a little bit of bluish gray light coming in through the little gaps between the planks on the windows, Hemlock, since you are the last shift for the night for watch. As you start to see that, I need a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Okay. You feel a craving for food. Almost like the munchies, you know, like when you eat potato chips and you're like, oh, I need another potato chip. But you, it quickly fades. Like, as soon as it came, it disappeared.
Okay. I'm not scared.
And I assume you wake everybody up.
Yep. Yep. When I wake Nyhm up, I say, I crossed my heart. I didn't let anybody in.
And the dog?
What dog?
She told me about the dog. She woke me up last night to tell me about the dog, to ask if she should let it in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was all that noise was about? A dog?
Considering the place that we're in, it could have been anything acting like a dog. I don't trust it. And I'm thankful that Hemlock did not let it in.
Yeah, maybe it was a ghost.
Hemlock, you remember it had 3 cute little hairs on its chinny chin chin.
Can we go look for it?
No. Let me put it to you this way. If we have to, say, react to something you let into the house, we will have to kill it, regardless of how cute it may seem at the time. So keep that in mind.
What?
So, who's up for breakfast?
Sure.
Basically, I was saying that if we say the same scenario happens, another dog comes to the door. If that dog comes in and it's hostile and it starts attacking us, we have to kill the dog that she let into the house.
Okay. I didn't hear the hostile part, and I was like, why are we going to kill any dog?
Oh, well, apologies. So yeah, I gather my... Oh.
It takes a little while, but eventually Ismark comes down. He is wearing armor, heavy armor, and carries with him sheathed a long sword and a short sword on the opposite side, and on his back a heavy crossbow.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
Oh, you're mighty prepared for something.
We'll be traveling through the lands of Barovia. Gotta watch out for wolves.
Yep.
Yeah, the famous wolves.
They are spies of Strahd's. They can't be trusted.
Okay.
Shortly after, coming down the steps, is Irina. And she is wearing breastplate, and she has a rapier. And relatively nice clothes.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that we're prepared for the journey. Not sure if that's a good sign of a good party or a bad sign of the journey we're taking.
Well, if you recall, Strahd has been after Irina for the last few nights. Where, actually, I'm counting my blessings. Apparently he didn't arrive last night.
Does it typically take on, say, different shapes and different tactics?
Yeah. I think they already told us about it.
I'm asking specifically for their experience because they may have gotten something different.
Well, the devil himself can't enter a residence without invitation from one of its occupants.
Glares over to Hemlock.
Could have just been a dog. We don't have to jump to conclusion.
A dog? What kind of dog?
Well, just like a little baby one with like little hairs on its chinny chin chin.
With black
You
fur?
know, yes.
You're lucky the devil didn't bite you there. That was one of his disguises, one of his tricks.
Oh, the cute little puppy. Oh.
Glare intensifies.
I told you so. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Nyhm.
I mean,
You must
I
have
don't
a
want-
you must have a strong will if you're able to lock eyes with him. He's been known to be able to dominate people just by staring at them, and they follow his every whim. We boarded up Irina's room so that way she had no view of the outside. Just so that way you wouldn't be let in. That's how he got in last time. He charmed her with his vampiric magic and asked her to let him in.
Then that begs the question: how do you break that kind of charm?
He seems to break it off willingly afterwards.
Okay, so now Nyhm is very suspicious of Irina.
She nervously holds the side of her neck, where you know the bite marks were.
Hmm.
But in any case, we have daylight, or what little of it we get in this valley. We should get moving. We should arrive in Valiki in a few hours.
Let's go.
Well, if you'll lead the way, Saxton, I think you should be up front.
Well, they tell me where to go.
I'll lead the way, says Ismark. I have traveled in these lands all my life. Though not very often, of course.
Lead on. Allons-y.
Lead on, Macduff.
Alright, so you guys start to travel, Montage. So you head out of the town of Barovia and you head on the pathway that leads westward. And it seems to head back into woodland area. This tiny village seemed to be like this one pocket where there weren't trees, and then it just goes right back into a bunch of woods. Quickly coming up within a few minutes of walking. The river, there's a river to your left, and you see that it goes through and under a bridge that you guys will be crossing. And then as you cross that bridge, you travel for a few more minutes. The air is cool. Even in the woodland area, there's still like this slight breeze every once in a while that you feel. And you can't help but feel like you're being watched.
Any mist around?
Always. Not as dense as it was the day before when you guys were traveling. The fog has receded greatly. But there's still maybe up to your ankles on the ground at some spots, at lower points on the path. Eventually, you come across an old wooden gallows that creaks in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite of the gallows points in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, where you came from. Tazir Pool to the northwest. And Ravenloft / Valaki to the southwest. Ismark says it would be taking this way, as he points to the left towards the Ravenloft Valaki one. You can't notice, but the path to the right that forks slants down and disappears into the trees, while this one that you will be taking clings on an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves, shrouded in fog.
So, would any of us know anything about Ravenloft?
History check.
History. 16.
You have heard the legends of Kren's Valley. Apparently, Kren's Valley is a haunted part of the Humblewood. And I'm pulling up the lore. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Generations ago, there's a time when Alderheart, the world you live on, wasn't more, or the capital, the big tree of Humblewood, wasn't more than a far-off dream that the birdfolk in the tallest trees of Humblewood were only as tall as the lowest branches or only as tall as their lowest branches are today. During that time, there was a royal family to the north of a certain species that was not native to these woods. The royal family of the Batran nation to the north, the Ravenovas, owned the folk and lands on the other side of the Crest Mountain ranges. Their prince Strahd was known as a conqueror, a count, and a soldier. I won't go into all the details, but essentially, apparently, he was done in by his own hubris. And the god Kren, usually worshipped by Vulpin, it is believed that he cursed Strahd and put him into his own personal woods of his own. Some think it's in Kren's domains in the great skies above.
So all
Kren-
of that is
Kren is the like the one evil deity in Humblewood, and it's more of the going off of your more animalistic instincts, more savage.
forgive me for asking, but what part of that was Ravenloft?
Kren's Valley.
Okay, the whole thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
For this campaign, it's called Kren's Valley.
Oh balls.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make that realization until just then. No wonder I was so confused. Okay. So, yeah. Party marches on.
But this was something like you remember hearing once at a campfire when you were like a little kid to spook you. This was like a ghost story, essentially.
Considering what we're running into, it's less of a ghost and more of a story.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all I had to ask.
So you continue down this path. And I look up things. Right. After you are just out of view of this fork of the road, and you hear a cracking noise, or a creaking noise behind you, and it comes from the gallows. Where there was nothing before, now hangs a lifeless body. The breeze turns the hanged figure slowly, so that it can fix its dead eyes upon you.
And Nym's going to draw their rapier.
The body looks exactly like Hemlock. A dead Mapach girl hanging from the gallows.
Markings and everything.
Maybe. It's hard to tell. It's deteriorated a bit. Clothes are similar to hers. But Hemlock, you're pretty sure you're like looking at yourself.
Her hands go up to her throat, and she says, "Does anybody else see that?"
Yeah.
Kind of hard to miss.
You'll start to smell it too.
Definitely hard to miss.
This is disturbingly realistic.
Well, if they were going to fake us out with images, mirages, and portents of our own death, I think they've had plenty of time to practice because they're doing it right.
Yep.
Saxton, your opinion? Keep on
Very
it. Got it.
realistic, yeah.
Are you okay, Hemlock?
She's just kind of staring at it. Should I go cut it down?
No. Your best bet's probably to leave it alone and we keep marching.
Will it make you feel better if we put it down?
No, you're right. We should keep marching.
Okay. Out of character, just saying that because Nyhm is extremely cautious. If you want to do that, don't let me stop you just because I was the first one to say something. Your call. Just make the choice.
She just turns forward and starts walking.
Okay. The only thing you really get from this is a very slight creaking sound as when the breeze goes by, it like moves the body just ever so slightly. And that's pretty much it. And you guys quickly move along, leaving that far behind you. You travel for another half hour on this road. It is a long and winding road through these woods. But in the middle of here, and just right off the road, you see an old grave. The tombstone appears to have been collapsed, like it just fell flat, and there is a hole in the ground where it was. Loose dirt all around it.
Without getting too close, are there any tracks anywhere near it?
Give me a survival check. You're going to be doing some tracking.
I may as well. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. 16.
You do not see any from that are recent, but it looks like this road has been traveled on. Like this grass isn't like it. Some of it's kind of stepped down a little bit.
Okay.
You notice that the only thing that seems to be left in the hole, you just barely see like a moldy bone poking out of the dirt.
That's far farther than I would have looked into. But
Well, I'm just saying you see it. You didn't like get in there. I'm just saying
Okay.
that's the one that's visible.
Okay, just making sure.
It's probably a rib, but whatever. Looks like it was
Look for a
ransacked
rib.
a long time ago. Shall we keep moving? This is his mark.
I don't think we said stop.
Yeah.
Oh, you stopped.
So is all of this normal? The thing we're finding on the road?
Unfortunately. That is why I wanted you to come with me, trying to go to Valiki. Travel is dangerous in these times.
Okay.
You know, I'm less concerned knowing that it is normal than I would be if this was all brand new just because we decided to walk down the road.
Oh no, yeah, but I guess we're the targets now.
Technically, Irina is. We're just along for the massacre.
I don't know. That first thing seemed very targeted to our good friend here.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I say we keep on marching.
Yeah, let's try not to let it sink
Or
too
tear.
much into ourselves. Let's sing a little bit. Does any one of you know how to play an instrument?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, the question was rhetorical because first of all, you're carrying an instrument. Second, I've heard you play like twice, I think.
Oh, well, I was just making sure you knew.
I like your enthusiasm, so please, can you play something for the
Yeah.
way, the road? Yeah.
I mean, if there was ever a way to brighten up the mood, now would be a good time to do it.
Yeah. We're having fun. Woo!
I don't know why, but I immediately think of like the song Pippin sang to that one king guy.
Dot, dot, dot.
I don't know. I'm too much of a Tolkien nerd. Anyway, Lord of
Oh
the
yeah,
Rings thing.
I mean, I knew it was Lord of the Rings, but I'm drawing a blank.
In the
to
in the Two
first.
Towers, he sent his son, the son that he doesn't like, and the rest of his riders to go on like a suicide mission to fight the orcs that came in from the river.
Oh, that's right.
And he was
okay.
like eating food and stuff.
no idea.
And he was like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, but
it was some like cheerful Hobbit song, but he was obviously like very not agreeing with what the king did with his son. So he was singing it very somberly, like it's a very sad version.
I thought that was an Elvish song that was exactly the right kind of song for the scenario. You know, kind of a injustice thing. You know what? Never mind.
No,
It's a
the
Tolkien
king
thing.
literally was like, play me a cheerful song. Like what Lluis just said.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought of it. Anyway,
Wow.
so performance check for Hemlock. Oh, and what kind of performance are we serenaded with?
Well, she brings out her lute and she strums it, and it's like probably loud. And I should have brought my ukulele over. Bum 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 bum. Strahd, I'm gonna punch you in the throat. So 14. It's not
Yeah, pretty
That's-
much. Weird.
amazing.
It's catchy. Like 10 would be like, oh, this is average. Like I've heard this on the radio 20 times.
Yeah.
So it's above that. So it is a catchy tune, and it does lighten the mood a bit.
Until
You all continue traveling on this windy road for another hour. And the forest looks like it's just about to clear in a clearing when you hear movement coming from the woods to your right. And you can see clearly as they have, you hear them well before you see them. You hear a bunch of merriment and talking about random stories, like, "Oh, did you see what happened with that one wolf? And what he did to that one guy? This is great." And then like you just hear like the rustling and stuff, and coming out through the woods, you see. I'm trying to remember how many I have here. You see 5 servants, but they're like mountain goat. So they're very tall and lanky anthro mountain goat people. And you remember, you've seen these kind of servants before at the tavern the day before. These ones have very exotic, flamboyant, pretty colorful, relatively speaking, for what you've seen. Maybe like a burgundy red kind of theme of most of their clothing. All of them have well-kept goat beards, including the females. And the one has a tambourine, and he was playing a song. He was just like humming it to himself. And then they are stumbling through the woods, clearly intoxicated. One of them actually pulls out a wineskin and is drinking out of it as they encounter you guys on the road. And they go, "Oh, hey! Traveling on the roads in the morning, huh?"
Yeah. Good morning. Do you want to hear a catchy song?
"Oh, it would be our pleasure."
oh no.
Well,
let me
if
guess.
something goes on the side of the road.
Let me guess. The Jerbeen?
No, actually, our Mapach here, Hemlock, it's like an amazing instrument. person. Woman.
Musician.
Yeah, thank you.
Line.
I was like instrumentalist.
The
I mean, that's applicable too.
oh, then let us be serenaded.
Wait, were
Oh,
you just singing
gosh.
Gilligan's Island theme?
No.
No, sing the song about punching Strahd on the throat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
I've
that wouldn't be very wise.
I know.
Punch the devil in the throat and you'll get the horns.
I have -1 on wisdom.
They all chuckle and laugh. You're not sure if with you or at you, but more with you. You're pretty sure. Well, go on, go on. Do you need some?
well,
Do you need some help? I can help. And he reaches behind him and he pulls out an accordion and he just goes like, I'll start it for you. You know, it's like playing. He's just playing something to start you. I'll roll performance. Why not? He's drunk, so disadvantage. With disadvantage, it's not a nat 20. So, you know, it's something kind of catchy to start with. Makes it easy for you to jump in.
so like clap and dance and and
The-
do what Hemlock does.
What
Give me
happened
another
to the-
performance check. And 2 of the others actually are dancing as well.
Well,
They
this would be a
do.
great time for Nyx to join the fray, but
They do okay at dancing. They're pretty drunk.
17.
Oh, okay. What song would they play?
This is the song that never ends.
no,
Oh, I know what they would be playing.
no.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel. I forget the lines, but secret tunnel.
It's literally all just
It's just
secret.
I know,
There were
I
no
know.
other- okay. And I have no problems with that song.
So, you play it for like a bar or two. He goes through the chorus again, if there is such a thing for that song. And they say, "Oh, that was great play. That was great play. Bravo, bravo!" And they're all just clapping for you and stuff. Some of them bow to you jestfully, Hemlock.
She, she sweeps her skirt out and she does a dramatic bow.
Oh, so dramatic! Oh,
Oh gosh, I'm blushing. The raccoons blush? I don't know.
yeah.
She's blushing anyway.
We'll say you can blush. Roll to blush. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Natural 20 to blush. I'm sorry.
Boom,
Pulled
red.
something. I pulled
You're a red panda for a second.
Right. You know, it was foretold that we would meet you here on the woods, in this road. I'm drunk.
Was it though?
Hi, drunk. I'm Saxton.
Yes, it was. Hi, Saxton. Yes. It was told by Madame Eva, our fortune teller.
Oh, a fortune teller.
Yes, her camp is just that way. Points back into the woods where they came from.
Oof.
Back at the falls.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
We're kind of doing something more important.
There's
But-
something that tells me it may not be the greatest idea, so probably we should go.
Oh, but
To
having
To
Knowing-
the fortune teller.
knowing your fortune might help you greatly in these lands. Not many people know their future.
Yeah, I have an idea for like an invention. And I want to know if it will sell well.
Well, then Madame Eva is the lady to ask.
Hmm.
Give us the directions and we'll go there after we take care of the current business we're on.
The fork of the road, I think. Where you guys came from? It would have been Tizur Falls, if you want to stay on the road. Otherwise, you can just cut straight through these woods right here.
I flash them all like puppy dog eyes. Can we go now?
Give me a persuasion check. Though I will not say it affects you guys meta-wise, just to show how effective her puppy dog eyes are in general.
18.
Oh, they're pretty cute. Maybe.
Okay,
Like I said, in the end, it'll be up to you guys.
How many hours of light there's left? Because we probably have time for this.
Okay, think it's like 6 in the morning. It's 7 in the morning right now.
I stand by Hemlock and look at the other two guys with puppy eyes, which is just like weird bird face.
Okay, so
one of the goat guys is like, I don't know, they're pretty convincing. Looking over at Saxton.
okay, out of character. As a bandit defector, I have the ability to cut through paths at twice the normal speed that it would normally take us to go through the regular road.
Mm-hmm.
I would strongly suggest we continue on with this to get Irene out of the way instead of trying to go see a fortune teller. And if you're dead set on going to see the fortune teller, I can lead you back there at twice the speed.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest here, out of character, never follow my advice.
Perfect. Gotcha.
Yeah, we can find our fortune out later. We probably need to get her to safety.
Thank you.
I guess.
Then we can go see the fortune teller.
I will mark the location and the directions on my map and save it to use.
Wow.
Only because you said to let him in.
He needs to be let in. He wants to be around you.
Anyways, so yeah, I mark the location and information on my map and plan on using my whole bandit defector thing later once we're done with the Irene escort mission.
Where are you off into such a hurry?
Taking care of business.
Every day?
Working overtime.
See, she gets it. She gets it. Taking care of business every day. As they just
Please,
sing that, and they
Can
just
I punch them?
and they decide to continue traveling through the woods to your left. Now, you said you were going to punch one of them.
No, I was asking Nyhm, whispering, like, should I punch them?
Not yet, Ferb.
How peculiar.
Bye.
Bye.
So
I mean, let's be honest. It's the more we have left in the past 3 days.
One of them actually, I think, would blow a kiss to Hemlock. Jokingly.
Oh.
Like a little flirt or something.
Is he named Scott or something?
Nah.
Just curious.
But these are probably the happiest, most just people you've seen here.
They're drunk off their tails. Of course they are.
Hey,
Drunk
there's
off
a
their
lot of
hooves.
sad drunk people.
Mm. So yeah, I gesture towards Irene and her father to. It was her father, correct?
Brother.
Brother.
The father, you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
For
We
whatever
don't know
reason.
the cousins here. This could be part of Alabama.
Shut up. I thought that for whatever reason it was the other way around. I thought it was their brother that they buried, and it was their father that was taking care of Irene, or Irina. But yeah,
Fading off into the woods, taking care of business every day.
Suddenly,
And,
blood
like-
curdling screams.
And they seem to fade off into the mists. in the woods.
Well, that was fun. That happened.
Yes, yes, that most assuredly happened.
Let's continue our way and see if we can find something shiny.
I question your motives, but cannot question the action. So yeah, let's keep going.
You continue traveling for a bit, and you eventually come across okay, you follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain that you guys are traveling across, and it ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds into the river, and that meanders into the fog surrounding the pines that blankets the valley. You can see at the pool, at the bottom of these falls, there seems to be an encampment of some kind. You can see the smoke rising from the little fire they have, and you see a bunch of wagons there. You think this is what those jestful travelers were talking about?
Neat. I shall mark that on my map too. And I will keep a weary eye on those gargoyles.
Alright. They look very gargoyle-y. Like the show Gargoyle.
Is
Kind of
one of them named
gargoyles.
Brooklyn?
They do not look like a Humblewood race with the wings. They actually look like gargoyles. Very menacing looking.
Somebody should clean them.
You just want to rub against the gargoyles, don't you?
Yeah.
One of the gargoyles, you notice, its wing. A lot of them have their wings stretched out, and their hands are like this, and they're going ah. But one of them is just perched on the edge of the bridge, and his wings are floated around him, and like the hooks where bat wings would be are clipped together.
It is gargoyles.
That or a bondage scene. Either way.
Their faces look very worn to time. You can barely even tell that they had faces to begin with. But yeah, so you guys continue past that. The bridge is slippery, but not enough that you guys would need a check. As it seems like the water from the falls, the mist of it, condensates on this stone bridge. And you continue traveling. Eventually, you find another fork in the road.
Please tell me
Ismark heads
Rackets.
to
Putting this cutlery here.
and Ismark heads to the left. And he points to the right and says, "That is where the devil resides." And as he points that way, you can see like the clouds are darker in that direction. And up on this uphill road that leads up and up and up is that castle that you guys saw initially when you were in the village. Now it is probably about the same distance, but not in elevation. I'll say there's maybe like a single like lightning menacingness to it.
Thunderbolts of lightning. Ooh, that's very, very frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Are you afraid of thunder, Saxton?
No.
Mm.
Ugh, Mamma Mia.
You eventually, continuing on this path, run into two headless statues of armed guardians that flank a gate, an iron gate. Or at least you assume it was an iron gate at one point. The gate parts itself have seemed to have detached over time. All that's left are the two stone pillars as you guys travel through. And you travel through a little bit more woods. You travel for another hour or so, and you can see up ahead of you, there appears to be an old windmill. Now, if you recall, the old lady who sold the dream pastries said that's where she bakes them. That's where she lives.
Oh, we should go get more.
No, we
You
don't.
druggy.
Yeah, it got you real weird.
Whoa, whoa.
They look really good though, so maybe if we like eat just a little bit instead of a full one.
What's
It's a
everyone-
gateway victory.
What's everyone's passive perceptions? Let me double check.
11 for Nyhm.
Yeah, Hemlock, you just barely catch from the downwind breeze the smell of the pastries. It's very faint, but it's clearly from that direction.
Oh, we should go. Oh, I.
How much further until we've got Irene to a safe place?
We're almost there.
Let's get there, and then we can go get Hemlock some pastries on apparently our way back to find the fortune teller on this ever increasingly longer side quest list we have going.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should ask the fortune teller the best way to do our mission, our quest here. The best
You know what?
order.
That's not a bad idea, but we can take care of that after we get Irene to safety.
Damn, it's
You-
not
you
about
really
the
seem-
destination. It's about the journey.
Oh, it's
Right?
not. This one is about the destination.
No, it's about. Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Ismark says to you, Hemlock, are you sure you're not one of those Vistani?
I know.
I
Do I
don't
know
think
if
it-
it's funny?
I don't think the name's been mentioned to you guys yet.
Who are they? They sound like a fun bunch.
The folk that we encountered in the woods. They are Vistani.
The drunk ones.
Yes.
No, yeah, sounds about right. So let's keep on marching before we get sidetracked any further.
Is that
We're
even
not getting-
possible?
Sidetracked at all. Every time we try to get sidetracked, you put us on back on track. Which
Really, nobody else.
I I appreciate it, Nyhm. I
Okay.
think.
I think.
Then let's get moving. This is Ismark. Or no, Irina would actually be like, no, let's get moving. And she seems more determined to, like, Nyhm, to, get to where you guys are going.
Calm down, lady. What are you, hourly?
She gives you a look and just keeps walking.
Ouch. We're technically the ones being hired here.
We're not getting paid, right?
No, we
Wait.
are.
I was going to say, wait, we're not?
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
Pack it up, boys. We're done.
Wait, you are?
literally-
Wait, you are?
Were we not hired for this, saying we were going to get rewards after the end?
We were going to go to this town to talk to someone.
Yeah, he just asked.
I mean-
he just asked for your help, and in the kindness of your hearts, you guys agreed.
I was doing it out of the kindness of my heart.
Yeah, no, because it was the same destination we had to go, and he offered to
That's
show
what
us
it
the
was.
way. Because sometimes it's not about how shiny the payment is, but how many friends we make in
What
the
is
way,
it
or
with you
some
and shiny?
bullshit. Because
Okay.
I
you're
like to
launching-
think Tim-Tam has literally like something shiny that he's like polishing or something as he's saying that.
Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
marble.
yeah,
I question once again the logic behind the statement, but once again, you're not exactly wrong.
if you question Tim-Tam's logic, Tim-Tam wins. So because it has
I
none.
don't think Tim-Tam understands. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going
Oh,
to.
thank-
Let's just keep on going.
And we're walking. We're walking.
Can end up having to have Saxton tie everybody together and just haul their asses away.
Hacks us all into the right way.
Uh-huh. Looks like a Tim-Tam with a giant sack of people on the back. The only other one that's free is Nyhm because they're the only ones trying to keep this thing going.
As you continue traveling, and the windmill is now behind you. As you take the path to the right, because it fort left, windmill right, Valaki. Ismark walks up to you while we're traveling Hemlock, and he tells you, they might seem nice, but I would watch your back around the Vistani. They serve Strahd.
Oh.
They are the
Oh.
only ones that can travel through the mists freely.
Told you we should have punched him.
We'd have punched him. We'd have started a fight with the servants of Strahd.
That also wouldn't be wise, as he puts a little bat talon up, and he looks back at Saxton, and he says, "Vistani are known to put curses on those that they don't like."
Oh my god, I'm in another party where the shortest party member is the only voice of reason.
You should stop being short.
Apparently it's a problem.
I'm sure they had their reasons.
I'm
I
sure.
think cursive doesn't seem right. There's something in the word that I don't like.
Apparently they have an evil eye about them.
They do have weird eyes.
I mean, they do have goat eyes, so yeah. I don't know if you've seen goat eyes, but goat eyes are,
They're super weird.
yeah.
They're just rectangular pupils. I mean,
Yeah, what else has rectangular pupils?
You know?
Octopi, kind of, maybe, I guess.
I thought,
But octopi are weird, like all around. Goats are like, oh, it's a cute. What's wrong with your eyes?
Brr.
I mean, that could be said about a lot of people too, but you know.
Wait, what?
That could be said about a certain dog in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, too, about their eyes being weird, but,
God.
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway. You continue traveling, and don't take any of the little side things I threw at you, so you guys get to Valaki. Safe and sound.
Thank you.
Let me get to that chapter.
Sorry,
Whee!
Scotty.
No, I was like, this was a thing that would have happened. That could happen. So I did prepare. I just need to get to that chapter is all. Alright, so eventually this old Slavic road meanders into a valley, which is watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods that you're traveling in recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. The thick fog presses up against the walls, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground, and flanking the road outside the gates, are half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them.
Lovely decoration.
As you
So,
arrive, the gates are closed.
I'm
And up
assuming-
above, at the top of the wall of this city, you see two guards, one on each side of the wooden gates. They seem to be carrying pikes, which I totally forgot. Actually, we're statted in 5th. They are like spears, but a little better. So it's an extra long spear.
I'm gonna let our bat friends do the talking on that one because they probably have a way into the city that's easier than trying to smooth talk them.
They look at you all kind of suspiciously, but they do open the gates for you and let you guys in.
Lovely. That was easier than I thought it'd be.
And as you enter into the town of Valaki, you are greeted by a bunch of houses and such, you know, as you walk in.
Targets.
And Ismark says, well, now that we're inside the city, we just need to find a place to stay.
Probably an inn somewhere.
Yes. As you travel further into the city, and the gates definitely close behind you guys, the second all of you are through. They don't shut them quickly in a panic, but there's very clearly
Urgency.
maybe walls or maybe wolves are an issue here. You see to your left as you guys take this main road through the town. That is cobblestone now that you're in the town, and it's windy and kind of bumpy. It's not super well kept, but it's not completely abandoned. You know, some of the stones are missing here and there. You see to your left a large stockyard that holds several locked sheds. Along its periphery lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above it reads Arasek Stockyard. Parked on the south end of the stockyard. So way on the opposite end from your guys' view. So the furthest to the left. I don't know why I'm going right, but furthest to your left. You can see what appears to be a sturdy carnival wagon. Its colorful paint is peeling off. Faded lettering on the sides of it spells the words Richtavo's Carnival of Wonders. And a heavy padlock secures the back door.
Oh.
Continue moving into the city. This is like, the second you guys come in, there was like, seriously like a house or two at the border. And then you immediately saw the stockyard to your left. And you continue going in. You see, as I'm trying to look at the map to see what the next location would be. Whee. There we are. Back and forth. You see an uninviting shop cluttered around a bunch of these houses. It seems to be 2 stories tall and has no sign, or no, it has a sign that is shaped like a coffin above the front door. All the window shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment as you walk past.
Dark.
You continue moving, whee, through the main road, and you eventually find yourselves at another place. If you can't tell, this town's big. It's got a lot of stuff. Okay, now you're finally in the town square. Here we are. The shops and homes that enclose this town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude, plastered donkey heads. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eyeing you suspiciously, as their cups and vases are used to draw water from the crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. So facing away from you guys, because you're heading in from the east. All around the square are posted proclamations in birdfolk, because that's the common here. It says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf Heads Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. Signed at the very bottom, the Baron."
So they're saying that the children and the pikes are required?
Attendants and the children are required, and they will provide pikes.
I don't want to know what kind of festival this is.
The locals stay away from you guys, eyeing you suspiciously.
Speaking of eyeing suspiciously, do I see any weapon shops, item shops, or taverns?
Oh yeah, you see a few shops. Actually, one of these shops, it has a dark entrance to it, and above which hangs a sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched lead frame windows, and you can see Yeah, that's all you'd see from just a glance. And across the street from that is a tavern. What appears to be an inn.
Bingo.
Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which there are several ravens that have perched. A painted wooden sign hangs above the main entrance, depicting a blue waterfall.
I think we found our location for the night.
What time of the day is it right now?
It is 8:30-ish
AM, PM?
a.m.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time.
Yeah, you guys made quick base.
You could drop them off and go back to Madame Eva and still have time for dinner.
That's good for me. I'll buy each of you wine as thanks. It's the least I can do.
Nice. Madame Eva is the fortune teller?
I believe that's what the
Yes.
Vistani said. I would watch yourself around their camp, though.
You sure you wanna go see a cursing fortune teller from Strahd minion?
Of course I do. Are
Do
you
have to
protecting
ask her at
me?
this point?
I have heard her fortunes are quite truthful.
So saith the cat.
Mm-hmm. So saith the cat. As a random cat just like hops down onto the street and wanders off somewhere. Oh, you noticed that the cat ran away from the ravens. Like a raven flew down and like perched on the corner of the roof. And the second it did, the cat was like, "Oh shit, I'm out of here," and just scattered.
Tim-Tam, why'd you scare it away?
Well, I'm first of all,
That's
Oh,
racist.
you're the one. Actually, most of the locals are looking at you the most. Not suspiciously though, Tim-Tam, but
Yeah.
some of them more suspicious, skeptical looks on them. Some of them more intimidation, I guess. Like they think you're something special.
I'm not a raven. I'm a magpie. If I have to undress for you to see my white birds, I will.
Oh my.
Oh, and unlike the village, most of the people here are Batra, the Batfolk, but they are a mix of like all the Humblewood races. It's a fairly decent mix, except for Corvums. You don't see any Corvums.
Oh,
If you
I
step
have a
through-
green tail, green long tail.
No magpies or raven folk, besides Tim-Tam.
Tim-Tam's like, did you just assume my species?
Oh, you would notice as you were walking through the city, or through the town, a lot of the locals, probably the first thing you saw was them hurrying down the block to go around the corner. And then you just see, coming down from the opposite end of the road, this Batra fellow that has a battle axe on his holster. And he seems to be with two guards of the city that have the really long spears, the pikes, with them. And what is disturbing about him is you notice that his right arm is missing, and replacing it is a large, hulking, red, spiky, like fiendish arm that does not match the rest of him.
Hmm.
And he sees, and as he's walking by, if any of you even make eye contact, he kind of like snarls at you.
Nope, I'm
Good
giving
to
him wide berth. I'm more interested in getting the wine from our dear friend and then going on a little shopping trip. Because I need a new dagger. Because I lost the last one.
Should have thrown it away.
Okay, to be fair, I threw it away with a purpose.
This guy snarled at you guys, but then his intimidation turned to curiosity as he sees the other members of your party, the two Batras with you. Seems to stare at Irina for a little too long, but then he keeps going.
Okay, so
Inside, you see that running the place is a Corvum. And it appears to be a much bigger place than the tavern you were at before. This is an inn. And when you're in here, you can see that the windows and doors are made to be barricaded. So with the windows, when they close, they're like thick wooden shutters, and then like a bar on them. Seems like this place can get really fortified if need be.
I like this place.
You notice quite a few tables strewn about, and then there's a bar up further ahead, and up above there's a balcony. And there's quite a few curious people that you see in here. A few Corvums. They all look to be of the same family. Mostly because they have a little crow-like crest insignia pin on their clothing.
So most of the bar is full of the Corvum that we didn't see outside.
Yeah, there's like 5 Corvum in here that you see. Actually, let me roll. 4, including the barkeep.
Okay.
Lluis, I was just saying, in this bar you see a lot of raven-like Corvum in here.
Oh,
And by a lot, I mean there's 4 of them, and there's maybe like 10 people in here total.
I mean, by mathematics, that's still a lot. That's almost half.
Heading up to the bar is Mark sits down and says, a cup for each of my comrades. And the barkeep says, well, we have purple grape mash number 3. And we also have red dragon crush. A pint will be 3 copper for the purple grape mash number 3. But the red dragon crush will be a silver each. And he says, you know what? I'll go with the red dragon crush. And he gets each of you a red dragon crush.
Yay. Isn't that the same type of wine that was in the bottle gifted to us upon our arrival in Bavaria?
And as you think that, he's like, I see you're picking the finest wine that we have.
Nice.
And he quickly opens a bottle, a fresh bottle for you all, and empties the bottle, getting all the cups for you, and each of you have a drink of wine at 9 in the morning. Welcome to Kren's Valley, where
Welcome
wine
to
is the
Kren's
water
Valley.
here.
Yeah, we could be Irish, you never know. Or French.
which, to be fair, wine is safest.
But you all have come to quickly realize wine seems to be the staple instead of water here.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I now get a free glass of the exact same type of wine I was afraid of that was given to us upon our arrival here after the first house. So I'd actually like to know what it tastes like. I would definitely take that drink.
Wait, did we get rid of that bottle?
Nope, I still have it.
Unopened, correct? Or did you open it?
Hell no, it is still unopened.
Oh, I thought you guys took a taste or something.
No, we did not even crack that thing open. We took it and just left.
My hopes are you smash it on a table and use it as a dagger.
It depends on how good the wine is. Nyhm has never wasted anything of good value.
It is then that you hear up in the balcony up above, you hear 2 sets of feet just like stomp running up there, and you hear 2 children, and it's like, "Ha-ha, have at thee! Ah! Oh, you got me! I never stood a chance being a Vistani. Ah!"
And you wonder why we day drink.
And morning drink and evening drink.
It's included in the word day.
Do we even eat?
I mean, it's liquid grapes, so
Running
You can,
down the stairs, you see 2 Corvum children. Now, I don't know if you've seen raven chicks, but they're like gray, fluffy feathers.
Yeah, like,
They look like chicken chicks, but they're like gray. So these two come down, and they're wearing commoner's clothes, but like their poofy little baby feathers are out of the clothes.
oh,
You notice each of them have a wooden sword. And they're just like, ah. And then the barkeep says, Brahmin Bray, what I told you about playing in the main part of the tavern? And they're like, okay, Dad. And they go back upstairs. Sorry about that. It's a little early in the morning for their shenanigans.
oh, they are.
Fun.
Kids will be kids.
Yeah, they have the most energy in the morning, and then again in the afternoon, and probably at night. But yeah,
How old are you, little hatchlings?
You run upstairs and say hey.
I think he was talking to the barkeep, asking him how young the children are.
Well, he said it like you little hatchlings, like it was to them. But okay. Well, he says, why do you ask?
Idle conversation. Being friendly.
Well, what brings you here into Valaki? I don't think I've seen your faces before. As he goes to clean one of the glasses behind the counter, as barkeeps do.
We were requested as a security escort.
Well, I don't see a scratch on you, so you must have been doing a good job.
Yes, we did get sidetracked.
barely.
Nearly.
We are very focused, bro.
No. No. No, you're not.
I am not, but as a group, we're focused. We did not sidetrack. That's my point.
Yeah, but I needed a drink after getting here.
I never said it was easy.
Touche.
For you, I mean.
Touche.
It's
I'm gonna go back soon. I want to get my fortune told.
We will get the. Oh my god, I'm the mom of the group.
Yeah.
Don't make me turn this party around.
That's exactly what I want.
But aren't we here for a reason? I mean, aside from helping these good people out.
Well,
Oh,
we
yes.
wanted to do some.
That reminds me, says Ismark. How much is a room? And he says, let me see here. And he pulls up the adventure.
Anybody else feel like Scotty's doing more of the RPing than we are tonight?
I mean, it's almost like you're in a town with a lot of NPCs. And I smell something burning. I'll be right back, both in and out of character. So I'll be right back.
Oh,
Just want to make sure it's not something bad.
Oh, we will.
Chat amongst yourselves.
So, why did we came here? Because
Well, originally it was to escort Irina and her brother.
no, yeah, but no, but before that, somebody told us to come here to ask for something. What were we looking? I mean, what did we want to know?
I think we just wanted to get the hell out of that first town.
Oh,
And I know
well, it
we
does
were
make
trying
sense.
to do some shopping before we ran into the rather impolite pair at the first shop that apparently Saxton wanted to punch.
Oh yeah, that first stone was the worst.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to shopping for a couple of extra bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So, assuming the house isn't on fire?
It is not. I don't know where the smell's coming from, because smell normally rises. But I think it's from above me or something, because the second I leave this room, I don't smell it.
Couldn't be a candle or something anywhere, could it?
No.
Just saying.
It's someone trying to burn the Australia size worth of sage to make this year bearable.
Maybe. The Okay, so what were you guys going to do next? Ismark looks like he got himself and Irina a room each.
Well, before we ran back out to apparently go find the fortune teller and the meat pies, I would like to do some of the shopping that we tried to do previously before we decided to leave town.
Yes.
Was that supposed to sound unenthusiastic or?
No, it's agreeing.
Okay. And weren't the other two, Tim-Tam and Hemlock, weren't you shopping for a few things as well?
Fine. Maybe Russian.
Okay.
You said there was like 2 stores, right, or something?
You
Or
guys,
just 1 store.
you guys passed what appeared to be a carnival wagon in a stockyard. There was another store that had like a coffin sign on it. I'm pretty sure that's not where you want to go. Unless you guys are really curious, you can check it out. And that other one, I'll read the description for it again, because there was no sign for it. It was just flavor. Yeah, it was a cramped shop. It had a dark entrance. Oh, yeah, it had a wooden sign, that's right. It was shaped like a rocking horse with the bees engraved on both sides, that's right. But those are the only 2 shops you guys really saw.
Can I go see what the rocking horse and bees are?
Okay, hold up. Did anybody have anything specific that they were looking for, or was this just a general shopping trip?
General?
I wasn't really looking for anything, so.
I may look for ingredients to make good food.
Hey, Callie, Discord,
Mhm.
real quick.
Oh.
Okay, you're able to find a local seller of, like a fruit stand. They seem to have, I got a notification saying I was too loud. Cool. Very old, pretty ripe fruits.
So is there like somewhere with dried stuff and so I mean something that doesn't rotten in 2 days?
Yeah. Just give me like a little investigation check, just because you're new to town.
Okay. That's 8. 8.
You go looking for a shop, and then you're like, ooh, shiny. And then you're like, oh wait, no, that's not the right way. And then you go the other way, and you're like, oh, another shiny. Oh wait, no, that was just a water droplet on the stone. Darn it.
He's easily distracted.
Yeah.
But eventually you realize you don't know where you're at in the town. You're not sure which way was back to the town square. However, you do see the biggest landmark next to you. It's definitely not a shop. It appears to be a house. A big house. And it almost seems like it's disgusted with itself, with how decrepit it is. It's got a slouching roof that hangs heavily over its furrowed gables. It has moss-covered walls that sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. You can practically hear the house groaning under its own weight. And a bunch of other smaller houses nearby.
To the first person, I mean to the nearest person I can find. What's wrong with this house?
I guess the no response means you split with the party, I guess?
I don't know. Did the party try to, I mean, follow me or call my attention or something? Because if not, I'm lost.
We'll go with you. We're lost.
One, yeah,
Yeah, I'm lost.
I was about to say, you never said that if we were all going to the same place, and you kind of just meandered off on your own, which I can see you doing, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
smart. I'll find my way back.
Or we'll find you one way or the other.
What are the rest of you doing in town?
I'm going for the first weapon shop and pawn shop I can find.
You
I'm
find.
gonna go check out that rocking horse place.
All right. Investigation check now.
Copy that. One moment. Investigation. That'll be a 13.
You are able to find a tiny little weapon shop, and they seem to only have simple weapons.
It's fine by me. I need to make a purchase.
And it's like a makeshift little stand on the side of an alley.
That's comforting. Okay.
A Vulpin runs the store, and he says, "Oh, hello, welcome. What might I interest you in?"
I need a new dagger.
Oh,
What do you
daggers. Yes, I have plenty of daggers.
Anything
Let's
good?
see. What kind of... What would you need this dagger for? Are you looking for one that's more of a... something you want to get rid of quickly, as in you throw it? Or are you thinking something more of... something to silence a mistress before she tells your wife what happened?
Well, that's never been a problem. Although, to be fair, I'm kind of in the market for both.
He puts his hand up, he's like...
Great. I found the only anime Vulpin in the town.
All Vulpin are anime, come on.
I guess it just depends on the genre. So yeah, I'd be interested in...
What would you be interested in? I'm sorry.
I could use a bandolier of throwing daggers and a regular stabby dagger.
Ooh, a bandolier. Well, I can do one better for you. I have an entire knife kit. One that would be perfect. I hear that there are many secret crypts on the travelers. You seem to be a brave traveler yourself, yes?
Debatable.
Well, you will be with the Dungeon Delver 5000. As he pulls out this bandolier of daggers. All different sorts. All of them for any of your adventuring needs. This one's the scalping knife, this one's the wedging knife, and he just like goes through all these different little ones. All of them have weird shaped blades. You notice that on the branding on these the leather bandolier, you notice imprinted on it is a small little like lizard anthropomorphic creature, and it's like
Great. So Snake endorses the bandolier.
might be a reference to one of my previous characters.
Okay.
But you
So
can get this entire set, all for the very fair and very cheap price of 50 gold. What do you say?
Okay. I say
That's only 5 gold a dagger.
yeah, only.
Specialized daggers, finely crafted.
Yeah, I get that. So, how much for the regular bandolier of throwing daggers?
Simple, eh?
I mean, I'm going to be throwing them. It's not like I need them for a unique purpose in the universe.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since you're just getting that random little piece of leather that doesn't matter to you, that'll come with the set. I'll sell you 5 of these throwing daggers, as he just like has one in his hand. It's got like a serpentine blade on it. For the cheap price of 20 gold.
Okay, out of character. You know what? No, never mind. Not out of character. How about no?
Suit
How
yourself.
much? Yeah. How much?
He
for
packs up the
regular-
knives. Is there anything else I can interest you in?
I swear it feels like he's trying to rope me into a pyramid scheme of knives. Okay. How much for a regular?
Pyramid.
Multi-level marketing.
Exactly. Just a regular dagger. Just a plain regular dagger. Do you have any plain regular daggers?
His paw comes up from under the counter, surprising you as he just stabs it into the counter and says, "It'll be 5 gold."
Why do all of these daggers cost so freaking much? Is that the regular price for these items?
You know, this is just a... That's what I'm selling it for.
Eh.
That's my offer. It
Okay.
would be hard for you to come by anyone else who'd be selling daggers freely to non-guards in this town. They pretty much have the say-so on all weapons.
So what you're saying is I should go find some guards.
Oh, they're not willing to sell anything.
Never asked if they were willing to sell it.
Hmm. Well, if you're willing to take up that kind of dangerous transaction, then I won't stop you. Just know if you ever in need of a finely crafted one, you know where to find me.
I hate to ask this of him, but do you know of any place to sell any goods?
Oh, what are you selling,
What are you buying?
stranger?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I played Resident Evil 4 way too friggin' much for that to come out as second nature.
Just don't throw an egg at him; he might die.
Yeah, really. Especially the blue eggs. Selling some rings, some jewelry, just something to get some coin for. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to hurry this up so it's not all.
Oh well,
focused.
I won't be of much interest for that. That's a little past my pay grade. It's not very easy to find people that'd be willing to buy jewelry here. I would say
Can't
you
I
should
find
head
a-
to Lady Watcher. She's the noble lady here. She might be willing to take that jewelry off your hands for a decent price. But you didn't hear that from me.
Didn't hear that from you.
Her
Okay.
house is just down the road and to the north.
You know what? You've been kind. I've been.
Yes,
Okay.
friend.
Okay. You said 20 gold for the bandolier with the snake? The unique knives?
Yes.
Shit, I don't have that much. Can I talk you down in the price?
Not enough cash.
Huh?
Sorry.
Persuasion, I guess. I'm not sure.
Can you talk me down? I'm offering you a pretty good deal already. You can
I
roll
don't think I have-
persuasion. It's fine.
Persuasion. Oh, great.
I'm surprised you roleplayed as long as you did. I like playing shopkeepers, if you can't tell.
Apparently. 15.
Okay. You're able to knock down the price to like 15 gold.
Oh, I just remembered. I have this wonderful crossbow and set of bolts that I can sell.
Ah, okay.
I almost forgot about that.
That was a light crossbow, wasn't it?
I believe I'm double checking.
Oh yeah, he'd be willing to trade that bandolier throwing knives for the crossbow. Yeah.
No, I took the heavy crossbow.
Oh, yeah, still, yeah. You're willing to
Okay.
trade for that.
I will gladly trade the heavy crossbow for the knives and bandolier.
Ew, thank you very much.
Can I?
He like sets it down somewhere because heavy crossbow's like as tall as you guys. Humble folk aren't that tall.
And it's curious how a Jerbeen happened to magically pull that out of their bag. Could I talk him into taking the bolts for a simple dagger?
Let me check the price. As he pulls out a little like book and he's like checking prices, I guess.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to hurry this up.
I'm the one stalling. It's fine.
Well, I'm the one taking so damn long trying to choose and pick and sell.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'll buy him for a gold. Puts down a gold coin. I like you.
Okay. So the bolts for a gold, the crossbow for the bandolier.
Mm-hmm.
I will make that trade.
Okay. He hands you a single gold coin with the Strahd face on it.
Okay. And the bandolier? And the knife?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh,
I'm
and,
assuming...
well, the bandolier with 5 knives.
Yeah, that was the trade for the crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did we miss a page somewhere?
You said the bandoliers and a knife, and I was like, was there an extra knife? Whatever. Anyway, so you
Yeah,
made the
I
trade.
was trying-
You have your bandolier of knives and
was
an
trying
extra
to
gold
trade
coin in exchange for the bolts and the heavy crossbow.
Right, I was trying to trade the bolts for a regular dagger and then the crossbow for the... But yeah, we can worry about that later.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
want a
I was-
bandolier, an empty bandolier, and 1 dagger?
No!
Bandolier of knives and an extra dagger.
Right, because
Oh,
the last one I used to close a gate to save our asses trying to get out of a...
okay.
area
Well,
for
then you
time
would need to
replace-
owe him a gold instead.
Well, then I'll just give him back the gold that I got for the bolts.
No, I mean like over top of that.
Oh, so I would give him... Okay, yeah, that's fine. I
You'd be
can do
1
that.
gold in the red at the end of this transaction.
Yes, no, that's perfectly fine. That is more than adequate for my
Okay.
purposes.
Oh my god!
Shut
Alright.
up! I was trying to end it sooner. Anyways,
And then it cut pans to Saxton, who went over to this rocking horse sign
I'm
shop.
also. I would like to say I'm also there. I wanted to go.
Okay, Tim-Tam. Oh yeah, no, you're lost. That's right. Never mind.
No, I'm
You,
Last time I'm lost.
huh? Where am I? Next time I'm lost. Anyway, right. You head inside, and when you head inside the shop, you notice that there's a bunch of toys on shelves in here, and there's a hanging placard the second you come in here, and carved into it, it says, as a slogan, it actually has like the quotes written in, carved into the sign. It no fun, it no Blinksy. And these toys are
Sidestep and glares.
these toys are peculiar, to say the least. You guys head in here and you're like, oh, it's toys, and then you're like, oh dear. As you take a look at some of these toys, one of them looks like a wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings, like a little puppet, you know. Another one appears to be a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads. One of them, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. You know, creepy stuff like that. And coming up from around the corner, and he kind of like fell asleep a little bit, is this, chubby Mapach fellow. And he has on a jester's cap.
If there's a doll that looks like Annabelle, I will burn this place down.
No.
Behind him, in another doorway, you could see what looked like his carpentry shop where he makes the toys in the back. And he's like, oh, I have visitors. Oh, hello, welcome. As he gets up from his seat, comes up to shake your hand.
Shake it.
He shakes with both hands with one hand, you know, like that really heavy shake.
Hello.
My name is Godoff Blinksy, the toy maker.
Good night.
Ah, Gesundheit. Nice to meet you too.
What are you doing, my guy? What are you doing, my guy?
I don't know. Crazy villagers.
perfect background ambiance right there.
Hemlock, you do notice in the back he seems to be working on a doll, but it's like some kind of feminine Batra doll, but there's no like dress on it yet. It's just like some of the wooden pieces on the workbench in the back. And he says, "No, please look around. Tell me if you have any questions, though. I can custom make toys if you would wish."
Oh, well, I'm not sure I have the right money to commission you to make a toy for me, but I will take a look around.
All right, and I will list off the bulleted list of all the different toys. So,
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
so all of them have a nice little price tag on all of them, like a little string, and then there's a piece of paper and an ink. It has the price. So the headless doll one that had like the kit of all these different heads you can put on it is 9 copper. You see a miniature gallows, complete with a trap door and a weighted hanged man. That is 9 copper as well. A set of wooden nest dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. Actually, yeah, that one's 9 copper as well. Most of these are 9 copper. The hanging bat one, 9 copper. One of the bigger ones you see is a wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses. That one's more expensive. That one's 9 silver. You see, as you're looking through these, and there's like a bin, we'll say, as you're like looking around, at the very bottom, the first thing you see is like a bat's face, as you notice that it is a ventriloquist dummy of some kind of bat. Oh, hello. Thank you for the bits. Konnichiwa, Phoenix. The group is playing Humblewood Curse of Strahd, and they just encountered Blinksy's toys. And the character Hemlock is looking through the array here. But this bat, the ventriloquist dummy, seems to be very fancy. He's got like a count kind of dress up.
I pull out the ventriloquist dummy. Hello, Saxton. It's nice to see you.
As you pull it out, you notice that its fangs are a little more exaggerated than other bats' fangs. Right here. And he is like, "Oh, why, hello, how are you doing today?" And he like plays along with it because you were like to the toy maker. But you notice that he seems to put on this face. Like when he wasn't talking with you, you notice he was kind of like just like kind of staring down and kind of just like sad-ish looking. But the second he realized that you were talking with him and stuff, he just immediately was just like smiles and was being very nice. I see you're interested in that one.
Yeah, I am.
You notice the price tag is 9 silver. It's one of my better pieces.
This will annoy the crap out of Nyhm. I think I'm gonna get it.
All right. You can write down ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd von Zarovich.
Yeah.
Concern.
You notice written on the back side of the tag, or the price tag, it said, "I'd like to play."
Oh my god! Yeah.
And probably the most peculiar thing the last thing toy that you guys notice in here is a female Batra doll. What's eerie about it is it looks exactly like Arena. Like the face is exactly the same, the clothes are exactly the same. It even has her rapier that she never even used yet. Because the random encounters were really nice to you guys.
I'll.
And he's like, "Oh, how did that get there? Sorry, that one's not for sale." And he takes it into the back.
No. Hang on. Yeah. She was real pretty. Do you know her?
Oh, no. No, I don't, but I do have a, repeating customer that, likes these, this is a custom order for him.
Who ordered it?
Oh, well, I think they would rather stay anonymous. You know, a grown man with a doll, it just seems kind of, you know, it might be a little embarrassing. Children around town might make fun of him, you know.
Huh, but we're not from around here, so how could we make fun of him?
Well, yeah. Just then, that you're like, and at the doorway is that hulking Thatcher guy with the fiendish, devilish arm, the red spiky arm. And he's like, "Are you finished with it?" He's like, "Oh yes, of course, actually, yes." And he like takes that doll and he like brushes the dust off of it, and he's like, "Here, yep, here it is, just as you ordered." And he's like, and he just, and he takes it, and you thought he was gonna like snatch it really, forcefully, but when he gets a hold of it, he actually holds it very delicately, and he looks down at it, and he like moves some of the fur behind the ear, one of the bat ears, and then looks at the two of you, angstily, and leaves.
And who was that?
Oh, that was the head of the guard, Isaac. You don't want to mess with him.
What does he want with the doll? Was he the one who commissioned it?
I think that was pretty clear. Yes.
I can see why you didn't want him to be known.
But as you can see, I can make custom toys for you if you'd wish. Very finely crafted.
Out of curiosity, why would he want a doll made to look like that?
I don't ask. I just fulfill the orders that I get requested. Is it hot in here?
Out of curiosity, how much do your commissions run for like a little doll like that?
Oh, you know, I give him a special price being the head of the guard. I don't remember last time I had a actual paid commission. Oh, I mean, a gold.
You wouldn't have to have
gold.
any
Yeah, gold,
other
yes.
examples.
Well, the toys around
maybe-
here are all
Maybe
fine
what
examples
he's
of my
ordered.
craft. Nope, he's just ordered those dolls.
Dolls, plural.
Camping seat.
Oh, I've said too much. Well, if you're not interested in any other toys, I thank you greatly for your business. Thank you so much. And he like shakes Hemlock's hand again.
Oh,
But I just realized that I actually have skipped second breakfast and I am quite hungry, so I'm gonna have a breakfast break. So he's just starting to try to scooch you guys out of the store.
Perhaps we could join you.
I was
No,
gonna
it's fine.
I was gonna commission you for a doll.
That sounds great. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh,
Bye.
okay.
And he shuts the door.
Bye.
Rude.
Okay. That was
The dusty
weird.
window. You like see him peek through the window and like see you guys, and then you see him like put curtains over the window.
Hmm.
Meanwhile,
You know where Nym's at?
you think you're going to Nyhm, and it goes to Tim-Tam. Tim-Tam, you're wandering around, and hey, look at that! You see Hemlock and Saxton.
Oh, where am I?
I pull out the ventriloquist dummy and I say, "Hello, Tim-Tam." I want to suck your blood.
Think like the Count from Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those kind of puppets.
Oh no.
One creepy place, 2 creepy places. Let's go back to Madame Eva.
You've drank Saxton blood, and now you're gonna drink mine. Oh my god.
No,
Suddenly-
still have all my blood.
Suddenly you have on the nerd glasses. Anyway. Then it goes dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee
Yeah.
to Nyhm. So Nyhm, where were you heading after that? After you buy your goods?
To the noble woman that I was pointed to from the nice Vulpin who sold me my new gear.
Ah, okay. That's good. Because heading the directions he gave you, you find the rest of the gang as you're traveling down the road. So we'll say coincidentally, oh hey, look, that scene that you guys were just in, he walks in on the scene as he's on the road heading north. Where you just came from, Tim-Tam.
And seeing the puppet, Nyhm just continues to walk along.
Oh, it's just like a sad puppet.
That makes him a sad panda.
Hey Nyhm, you're missing on the show.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I like to think in the background, like Hemlock has the puppet when you're saying that, and the puppet just does like the Kermit, like yay!
It's very fun.
I wish I had a puppet.
It's fully articulated.
I can see. Well, I've got one more stop. Are you guys done doing what you're doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go.
It starts to lightly rain. Like a very light drizzle. So you guys follow him? Her. I'm so sorry.
You couldn't get they right for Nyx, and now you can't get her right for Nyhm.
I thought I was pretty good with the they.
Well, maybe halfway.
Maybe not. But anyway, it'll take time. I'll get it eventually. Hopefully.
You're fine. I'm just screwing with you.
Um.
I'm not doing
But
any
yeah.
more voice.
You arrive at the house I described for Tim-Tam. The house is very slunched over. Like, it's not poorly made at all. It's a big 2-story building, but it seems old and it's like bending in on itself.
Great.
It's so scary how ominous this house is.
Yeah, well, we've been in scarier, and I have business here, so if you want, you can wait outside.
Oh no, let's do business.
Okay. All right, go on in.
All right. Where's that at? All right. So you head in the entryway, because that makes sense. The front door opens into a narrow vestibule. There are 3 stained glass doors and window frames that lead from it. But you just see that through the glass pane on the front door, but you don't see anybody there because you're still outside.
Okay. I mean, do I need to knock? Is the door unlocked? Can I go just walk on in?
You notice a little pulley string. And you're pretty sure that's like the pulley will ring a bell inside.
Ah, I gently pull on the string.
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. After a bit, somebody shows up. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. Answering the door is a middle-aged Gallus maid. She looks like a stereotypical chicken. And she opens up the door and she says, "Yes."
I have some jewelry I'd like to get rid of. I hear you're in the market.
Oh, then you want to talk to the lady. Please, come in. I'll make some tea.
No tea, but thank you.
Fair enough. She leads you inside. And there's another doorway leading in here. And as you go in, immediately takes a left into another door and opens up into a big dining hall. Fairly fancy house. This ornate dining table in here stretches through the length of this room. There's a crystal chandelier that's hanging almost imperiously. Imperious? I guess it's supposed to look like it's like it could fall any minute. Or like it's dangerous, like you don't want to stand underneath it. The silverware is tarnished, the dishes are chipped, yet all are still quite elegant. 8 chairs, their backs adorned with sculpted Servan elk horns, surround the table. Arched windows made of a lacework of iron and glass look out into the small fog-swept estate. I'll go get the lady.
Thank you.
And she heads out another door. Did the rest of you follow, or you? What are you guys doing? You're probably gonna head back to the inn to wait for Nyhm or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm going back to the rocking horse.
Yeah, I'll do whatever the other two do.
I'll go to the rocking horse place too, or Blinksy's. I'll go to him.
Blinksy's toys.
Yeah.
You head
We
back.
should be done with breakfast by now.
You head back. There's a sign on the front door that says, "Sorry, we are closed. Please come back tomorrow."
Wow. Second episode and you got, or no, I'm sorry, third episode and you guys have already closed down a business. Neat.
Let me try something.
Knock, 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 knock.
No response.
Knock, 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 kick.
No response.
I disguise myself as Isaac, and I bang on the door.
I'm more interested in this if you want to take care of this one first.
Yeah. So, are you casting Disguise Self?
Yes, I get to do it at will because of my Warlock.
Okay,
Thanks.
just give me a deception roll.
Okay.
Or performance. I'll allow either.
It was cock, so. Ooh. Well, performance I think is higher than deception by 2, so dirty 20.
Okay. Saxton, you were like kick the door, and that was like a louder knock. And then Hemlock surprises you with a very loud sounding knock. As you turn around and see that she has magically turned herself into that fat, fiend-armed guy.
Go hide behind the thing! I'll give you the signal!
This is funny because you're like a foot taller now, and you still have your voice.
Yeah.
Sidesteps around the corner.
It's then that you see the Mapach nose like peeking over the window that's just like creaked open and like sees you and it's like he just like opens the door and he's like, yes, yes, Isaac.
Russian.
Wait, what? Okay. Blinksy, it is I, Isaac.
He looks around nervously. He's like, yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I had only one of those dolls for you, but did you already want to get the other one? I mean, I just started on it. I'm sorry, I don't think it will be ready in the next week. Please don't hit me.
I reach my hand out and I give him a little pat on the shoulder.
He like falls backwards, intimidated by false prone.
Oh,
Please, sorry, okay, I can try to get it done in 3 days. I'm sorry. He breaks down crying.
that won't be necessary.
Oh god, you're gonna kill me now. Is that
Nice,
what it is?
Paul.
I always knew this day would come.
gonna cry.
Saxton, do you do anything, or are you just gonna like stay back?
My hand is buried in my wing right now.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I will be angry tomorrow, but right now I'm in a good mood.
Somehow Nyhm has reason to facepalm. They don't know why. They just have a really, really good feeling that it's a good time to do
He's
so.
like, oh, okay.
I put my hand behind my back and then I use prestidigitation to create the best that I can of what looks like the doll. And
Pulls out a handkerchief. Or
oh
no, I
what
can't.
can
I
you-
can't do a fake sneeze, but whatever.
Let's get to
see the doll.
Can I see how you're working on the next doll?
Yeah, sure.
Jesus.
He like nervously gets
Okay.
up and goes to move into the back, and he's like nervously looking back at you.
I like play with like the little bat thing that's hanging from the ceiling. I feel so bad right now. And I start to follow him.
Heading into the back, you see various different wooden parts and wood carving tools that seem to be hanging on tiny little iron hooks that are nailed into the wall. There seem to be a variety of different toys that seem to be working back here. Most of them, and wooden shavings everywhere. Most of them are in the farthest back corner. They seem like incomplete projects. Some of them they're all in various stages of being completed. Some of them are just, it's just a log, and like part of it started to sculpt out in what you think might be a boat in the future, but never got past that, and it's just sitting in the corner. Another one is what appears to be almost like a you think it's supposed to be a stuffed animal of a wolf, maybe, but the stuffing's not there, so it's just like the rag part of it sitting back there.
Can I try to sneak in?
Stealth check at advantage, because he is definitely very focused on Isaac.
21.
Okay, you snuck in. What do?
Try to get eyes on what's going on in the back.
Okay, so you're just gonna survey the situation. And
A la many of the moves you're playing in the background.
Hemlock, he goes over to the doll that you actually saw initially when you came in, and you can now actually see, oh yeah, this probably is going to be her eventually. It's not completely carved into the details, but the rough shape of everything's correct, and all the pieces are put together. It just looks like he's going to do the fine shavings, and then painting, and then clothes. And he's like, all right, so I made her nose a little more sharp this time. It's this. I know that you said it wasn't sharp enough this time. Does this work?
Yes. You're doing a great job.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. And he like goes to wipe it off, thinking that because he coughed on it, it might like insult you.
No.
And he's like, no, but okay, well, that's good. What about the ears? Are they right?
You're doing great. Everything that you're doing is exactly right, and no one should tell you otherwise. It's your art.
Never been this nice to me before. Oh, and he just like embraces you and's crying.
There.
You feel a lot smaller than you look.
You can hear an audible in the background.
You can actually see in the background, because it's the spell, Disguise Self, it just makes you look like you're those volumes, but you're not actually, she doesn't actually have those volumes. So it's like a video game where the models like clip into each other. That's essentially what it looks like. He just looks like he's in part of the Isaac arm, and you just see like his nose, his snoot, like poking out the back of the shoulder.
I'm
Oh.
not gonna be this nice later, but know that I love you inside of my heart.
Give me
I appreciate what you're doing.
give me a persuasion check.
13.
Looks up at you, snot like coming out of his little raccoon nose, and he's like, "Really?"
Don't let anybody talk down to you, even me, okay?
Oh, that's gonna go over well.
He can't like say anything. He just like nods and wipes the snot off his nose. I'll have it done as soon as I can.
Okay.
What does the doll look like?
It looks like right now it's just like a rough wooden carving that isn't painted yet, of like a mannequin, kind of like her Strahd puppet. But is just, you can roughly tell that it is a bat lady. And the one that he gave the guy was like a finished version, and it looked just like Irina. Maybe the nose was a little too round on that version, we'll say. Okay. So so he's like, was there anything else?
If a little raccoon girl comes and hugs you, you better hug her back.
Muffled.
Okay.
I pat his head.
At this point, Saxton, you're peeking around the corner, looking into the back, when you hear a like squeak, and you like turn around, and you see behind the counter on the floor, looking up at you, is a mouse, and it's looking right at you, and has a little jester hat on, just like this fellow. It looks at you like quizzically, and just like cleans the ear.
What do you want?
I can't do like little squeak noises, but it's like you can see its whiskers going, and it like comes up and sniffs you. Yeah.
Go away. Shoot.
Animal handling check.
19.
Okay. You're like shoot, 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 and you like whatever little noise you make, it's just like okay, fine, and it just like turns around, and you see it go into this little elaborate little tunnel system that seems to be built into the bottom part of the brain farting on what it's called.
Floorboard, baseboard.
No, shopkeeper stand in front of it, or behind it, and you stand in front of it.
Counter.
Yeah.
Counter, yes. See, sorry. But you like the underside of the counter, so it's like these wooden tubes and stuff, and then there's like a little wheel in there, and this little mouse you see like go in there, and then you see it like on the other side of this little cage, and it just like starts going in the wheel.
Examine. On closer inspection.
Investigation. Why not?
$16.
You can see that this is very finely crafted. Little den for this mouse. And you do see carved into the side of it, House Mouse, and the slogan of the store, "It no fun, it no Blinksy," written in there.
Interesting. Any other mice in there, or just him?
Just
Them,
him.
It.
Just them.
Hmm.
Oh,
While
you,
it's
would-
going
you would
on,
see a little water bowl, and the little water bowl has his name on it, and it says Piccolo.
God, I hope he knows how to dodge.
I'm not joking. That's this pet's name. It's Piccolo.
So cute.
Is there a hamster named Gohan?
Nope. From what you can see, there's only one mouse in here.
While
bits-
they're going on the back,
Mhm.
Search around the counter and the store for like any information,
you
work
find
orders, or
you find a tiny little chest, and you think that's where he puts all his coins and such. It's not locked.
just go ahead and open it up.
You open it up, and a moth flies out, and you see, I think, I'll roll it. How much he has? 1 silver piece and 2 copper.
Oof. Close the chest.
Well, back in the other room. Well, I thank you very much for the surprising words of encouragement. I think I should wash off. And he heads out the back door, where there's like a bird bath or something. I don't know.
Oh, I say, oh, well, I'll see you later. Remember, I'll be mean the next time I see you, so I'm sorry, but no, I love you. Then I walk out, and I feel really bad, so I take 5 gold from my bag and put it on the counter, and then I just leave.
Well, Saxton, clearly you see Hemlock leave. Do you leave?
I want to go talk to him. This.
You look into the back, and you do not see him, but the door into the very back of the building that seems to lead to a tiny little backyard that is like crunched between a bunch of these houses that are sandwiched together next to this store. That door is creaked open, and you can see him through there.
Call out hello as I approach.
Oh, you're like splashing of water, and he's like, oh, hello,
Oh,
hello.
the
It's
front door was open. I thought I'd come back and say hello.
oh, I thought I switched over the sign. I'm sorry. Was there another? Did you change your mind? Did you want to get another toy?
Close the door behind me.
It is not closed. It's just a doorway.
Oh,
Oh,
So
do you mean you will go outside the building?
Yeah.
Where he's at?
yes.
Okay, it's cramped, but you close the door.
So, man, I thought we could have a little talk.
He kind of flinches a little bit.
I'd like to know more about that guard that was here earlier.
What would you like to know about Isaac?
Well, I just saw him leave. I was curious if he had placed any more orders.
Well, he does place new orders from time to time. Like I believe I did say he was a regular, yes.
So, what other orders has he made?
Well, more of those dolls. Seems to take quite a liking to him.
Tell me about these dolls.
Uh,
They made them in people that you know, or just random designs?
no, no, every time he orders one, he asks for something slightly different on it. I've never. Are you saying it looks like somebody you know? Because I've just been going off of what he's been telling me.
has it. The last one that he picked up when we were here earlier looked exactly like the person we helped escort to the city earlier.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes. So,
And able to make dolls that look just like people. I guess I am pretty good. I guess he was right. I'm good.
who else have you made?
What?
Slowly cracks knuckles. Who else have you made?
Intimidation check.
Oh, I can do that.
As his mood quickly shifts to fear.
18.
Yeah, he's like, oh, nothing else. I barely get any customers as it is. I'm sorry.
Right. So here's the deal. I'd like to know what other people you've made for him.
What other people? I already told you everything. It's this one of the Batra ladies, and every time he orders the same thing, but he makes it a little different. At first, it was
Can
just
to get closer.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He seems genuinely very terrified of you, and you don't sense any lying or misinformation from him.
He just built all of this love up for himself, and you just tear it all down.
Yeah.
Hemlock,
they
you
always
swear
the
you start to
factor that he
see
makes?
like a keyhole appear on him as you're leaving, and then Saxton walks in, and it was like this nice shiny crystalline sound, and it just went and just disappeared the second they closed the door.
Okay.
Is it only Petra that you've made for him? Or other species?
No, it's only orders. He orders the same thing every month for the last 10 years.
The same thing, so the same person?
A noble Batra lady. Every time it's slightly different, though. At first, it was just a teenage girl, but it seemed to change over time. His orders.
So it's maybe the same person as they're aging?
I mean, I guess he wants to keep it the same age he is? I don't know. I don't ask. Please, just leave me be.
Alright. Thank you for your help. Tosses him a gold and walks out.
He stumbles to catch it because he did not expect it. Yeah, he somehow catches the coin as you leave. And he has the handkerchief, and he's just like that meme with the guy that's like, with the button, you know? Deedly, Nyhm. Hey.
Yeah.
We'll get to you next week.
What about Tim-Tam?
Tim-Tam.
I
Lost
was
again.
outside following shiny stuff, and I realized,
Okay, Tim-Tam, you're with Nyhm then?
yeah, I mean, I was with the other two, but I got lost, and then I'm with Nyhm now.
Okay.
I arrive right now. Hey, hi, Nyhm.
How the hell?
The same maid.
Where are the rest?
The same maid is like send you in. But yeah, we'll end there for this week. And on that note, we'll see if anyone has any plugs. And I think we'll start with Hemlock. It's there next on the overlay.
Hello. You can find me at Caps Callie on Twitter. I have commissions open, but until the end of June, I'll be donating 90% of what I get from my commissions to several Black Lives Matter charities. If you would like to commission me, that's where your money's going. My next game is Friday. Vaccine with Lluis and Scotty, and we're going to the moon.
All right.
Yeah.
Moon stage, all right.
Wow.
That's
Alright.
it for me.
All right, Lluis. Okay,
So you
Tim-Tam.
can, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter too. I do art. You can check out my Patreon if you like to. That's pretty much it right now. Yeah,
But
stay strong.
Your Patreon is amazing.
You've got a lot going on there, so
You've done a lot of dire Pokemon. I don't know if you guys are still
Uh,
doing those or.
yeah. I did like the 3 special ones for my 10K followers. So I may stay like a week without doing any.
Yes, and
But yeah, still going.
and you are I was going to say lead artist, but you are the artist for the Retroverse campaign setting.
Yeah.
For 5th edition D&D, Laser and Liches. So that's another thing, I guess. Do either Saxton or Nyhm have any plugs?
Nope.
Well, I guess just stay safe and never let your voice be silenced.
Right on. So, I am also gonna match Callie in the sense of I'm 90% of any of my commissions I'm gonna do for June will be going to the charity of your choice. I would like them to be for the Black Lives Matter, but they don't have to be. Charity is charity. I do my work on Fiverr. You can find my Fiverr account on my profile page on Twitter. And I do character commissions and book designs. So if you need the cover of your book designed, look no further. And on that note, if you like the show and any of the other shows here, all the backlogs for them you can find down below if you're watching on Twitch. Otherwise, you can check out my playlists on YouTube, and you can find all the previous episodes for this campaign, the Retroverse campaigns, the Descent in Avernus campaign, which we ended a few weeks ago, and so on and so forth. So thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next week.
So real quick,
Mm-hmm.
if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I apologize. I just said that as quickly as I could because I don't know exactly how to voice my opinions. I agree with all the artists here. If I could, I would do the exact same things, but I have no talents that I can push towards that. I didn't want anybody to think I was being exceedingly dismissive about anything, but
No,
I do support everything everyone else has said as well.
Well, that's good to hear. And everybody stay safe and don't work hard, think hard. Or what's the it's not work hard, it's work smart. Yeah, work smart. So unlike me, who can't think of words all night. Good night, everybody.